Hello, my name is Sarah and welcome to Run and Read with Sarah Louise. Today I have a reading video. This is my 2025 reads so far. There are quite a few. I was quite surprised because I've never been the biggest reader, but this year I've really gotten back into it. So this may seem a lot for some people, this may seem like nothing to others, but to me it's quite the list. So if I keep looking down, I have my notebook here with everything written down so that I don't forget anything. The first three go together. They are a trilogy. It is the Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I bought this for £5 in Asda at the beginning of the year and I couldn't put it down. I read it so quickly. Sorry, it's covered in dust because it's just been sat on the shelf. This is a 430-ish page book, and I read it within a couple of days, which for me is it's unheard of, basically. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It was so easy to read, such an easy storyline to get into. A few kind of twists and turns, which I really enjoyed. Would definitely recommend. And then following on from that, we have the other two books in the series, Good Girl, Bad Blood and As Good as Dead. This one was similar to the first book in the trilogy, that I really got into it very, very quickly and read it quite quickly as well. My partner even was like, have you finished that already? I'm like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. However, when it came to this one, chunky girl, for me anyway, chunky girl. I found this one quite difficult to get into compared to the other two. I don't know if there was a specific reason or whether it was just because I'd read those other two in such quick succession that I kind of ran out of reading steam, if you will. But in the end, I really enjoyed this one as well as the other two, but it just took me that little bit longer to get into, and I think it was a bit daunting because of the size of it. But definitely couldn't recommend this series more. I then went on to read Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I read It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us and November 9th last year, and I found them really easy to read. Colleen Hoover's writing I've always found very easy to get into, very easy to read, so I thought I would read that one as well. I read that one fairly quickly. It was okay. I was then bought Verity, which I think I maybe read the first chapter and I haven't read the rest. So let me know if you've read this and if you enjoyed it. Is it worth me putting the time in to actually read it? And then I went on to the Laurie Gilmore books. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I read that one super quick. I downloaded it on my Kindle. I am a Kindle girly. I went through that one within a day. I loved that book. It was a little bit spicier than I anticipated it being, but it's not crazy. There's maybe like 2 or 3 scenes in it that's spicy. But then I went on to read the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which is spicier. I did enjoy it, but it is spicier, okay? Just a pre-warning for that one. However, Laurie Gilmore's books, I adore them. I do. I do love that kind of spicy romance. I am saving the next one for nearer Christmas because it's set on a Christmas farm, I think. I've already downloaded it. It's already there ready to read on my Kindle, but I'm trying to save it for closer to Christmas because I feel like it will be better to read then. I then read the prequel of the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series by Holly Jackson, Killjoy. It's very short. It's only about 100 pages, but it really put into perspective the characters in a better light for me, so I understood them a bit better. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you've read it, I think you'll understand. I then got into my proper cosy mysteries. I started out with Murder with a Side of Bacon by Kirsty T. Dixon. I want to read all of these books. I think it's the first one in the Ivy something series, and I really want to read more books. I think they're only like £3 something a book on Kindle, but I'm trying to wait and see if any of them go in like the 99p Amazon deals or anything. I think there's 10 books in that series. I can't wait to read more. I really, really enjoy that one. Murder on Cape Cod by Maddie Day. That's another one that was really good. Is that one a series? I can't remember. I've read so many in such a short amount of time. It was another one that I really enjoyed, would recommend. Death by Deception by Tracy Gardner, I think. Is it Gardner? Yeah. This one took me a little bit longer to get into. It was one of those books that I kind of read a little bit and then got stuck. It took me a little while to get into. And I think until the end, really, it really took me a while to get through the book, which can be quite annoying. But I stuck with it and I read it. Yeah. The same with One Kill Away by Alex McLean. I really struggled to get through this book. I don't know if, again, it was one of those that was, because it was a bigger book, it was daunting just looking at it. I say looking at it, it's on my Kindle, but just knowing the amount of pages. And I think it was another one that I just couldn't get into. I finished it and I read it and it was pretty good once I'd gotten into it, but it took me a while to get there. Slaughter of Innocence, M.G. Cole, another one, a really, really good book, but I just felt like I couldn't get through it fast enough. It was one of those that I'd sort of get to a bit and I'd be like, oh, I can't really be bothered to read any more of this. I don't know if I was just in a reading slump at that point, because that's like 3 on the trot now that I was really struggling with. It's a very good book. I would definitely recommend reading it, but it just took me a long time to read it. And then the last book that I have finished was Death at the Old Curiosity Shop by Debbie Young. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I would recommend it to anybody that likes cozy mysteries. There's a character in there that's a bit of an arse, and just to see him kind of fail almost, it makes you feel good. That sounds awful, but if you've read it, I think you'll understand what I mean. This girl just wants a quiet life. She just wants, you know, and this man is just, yeah. But in the end, very good story, very enjoyable book. And the one I'm on at the moment, which I'm about 70% through, is A Death of Fresh Air by Helen Golden. This is like the 10th book in the series. I didn't start with the first one because I bought this one on one of the like 99p deals on Amazon. And I didn't realise until I bought it that it was like that many into the series. But I have purchased another one of the books in the series because it was on one of the 99p deals. I can't remember which one it is, but I will be reading more of this series once I finish this one, because it is a nice, she's a very good author in the sense that it's nice to read, it's easy to read, the storyline's easy to follow. However, there are still twists and turns that make the cozy mystery fun. I'm not sure what my next book is. I have a lot on my TBR because I've been downloading, when I get through a Hello Books or a BookBub email, I download any free books that I like the look of or any 99p books. So I've got quite a lot on my TBR on my Kindle currently. Let me know if you'd like a video on those. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.